Hi Leena, Daphne here. Lovely to hear from you. Okay, let's have a look at this essay. My first comment is you need to write more. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that on the one hand, on the other hand, it's not really very high level writing. What score are you aiming for? That would be really helpful if you could tell me what you're aiming for. That does make a big difference on how we do this. So some people believe children that commit crimes should be punished. Others think that parents should be punished instead. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So in most societies today, more children commit crimes than they did in the past, and discussion on punishment of these children has become an issue. Very interesting. Has become an issue. So present perfect is what you need there. I don't know if that's true. So you could be a little bit more careful there. You could go, it has been suggested that more children than they did in the past, just to be kind of cautious, because it's quite a big statement to make, isn't it? Now, although there is a law to punish children already in many societies, some commentators argue that it is hard work for children and the parents. I don't think you need that. It's not because it's hard work for children that the parents are the people who should be punished, passive. So you need to either follow this, but ideally you can have here, pay the price, or should be held to account. Look up all these words if you don't know them. Instead, and then I'm going to say why. Really important there. Why should it the parents? Because they're responsible, because they are responsible for their own children's behaviour, something like that. Now, what do you think? You need to get your opinion in here. And sort of quickly, otherwise it's rather a long intro, isn't it? But you must have your opinion in here. So, rather than on the one hand, I think you could say something like, many sociologists, let's think of who the people might be, argue that children need strong punishment conducted by the government, not conducted by the government, punishment issued by the government in order to prevent them from committing another crime. Good. This is because children who have experienced a serious punishment, you don't need that, serious punishment. Now, what could it be? Such as, what could the punishment be? Could have a critical lesson learned, good, and become afraid of the punishment, which acts as a deterrent. So that means they won't do it again. Sorry. No, spelling, one R. A deterrent. Two R's, exactly. Okay, deterrent. According to research, the young offenders who were sent to prison, who've been sent to prison have a significantly low, it's because they were sent to prison. You need to go into the past tense there. Young offenders who were sent to prison have a significantly lower, you're comparing, rate of committing another crime. Okay, but careful, let's answer the question here. Are we punishing the children because they did the crime, or are we punishing the adults because they're responsible for the children? Be careful here. You're not really answering the question. Here you're saying, this is okay. I would question that example. I don't think that's the best example to use. So I would take that out. You need an example that works better. So, you've been sent to prison. You might go here and been reformed and re-educated. I think that's the point. Have a significantly lower chance. I think that is the crucial bit of committing another crime. Okay, therefore, so you want to come into just conclude that sentence. Therefore, the value of punishing children themselves cannot be denied. Something like that, okay? So round up that paragraph. Here I'd say, however, being punished or, having or undergoing in their child could be an inerasable trauma, because children, don't need that, may have kind of many negative feelings due to punishment, such as good. For this reason, it is being suggested that parents should be the ones to undergo any punishment on behalf of their offspring. It's another word for children. Okay, this is really, really important, because if you don't get this, then you're not actually answering the question. And so I wouldn't use that example. I don't think it's relevant. Your example has to be, or your development here, to develop this idea of why parents should be suggested this is do this way. In this way, parents would be more likely to bring up their children well, to educate their children well, to explain to their children why crime is dangerous, that sort of thing. Make sure that you're planning very carefully before you start writing, and so your writing really answers that question. So for me, you're not on the question there. Here, conclusion again, So in conclusion, I believe punishment of child criminals, you don't need the, should be conducted only after the education of the parents did not work. Okay, well, talk to me about this. Say, let's try the parents first to keep them from having negative emotions. Yeah, it's true that government, you don't need that. I would rather you had a shorter conclusion and developed that paragraph better. So just a tip for you, Leena, when you get a question like this, just quickly do some planning. Okay, so a little table in here. So punish the children, punish the parents. What's your argument? Which do you think? Then off you go. It takes a second, but it's really, really important to answering the right question. Okay, so well done. Send me the graph, please, and then if you can start a new email thread, I think that'd be easier. Thanks, Leena.